Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Murdoch DeFi YouTube channel. And in today's video, we have a lot to talk about. I know it's been a couple days since I released like my last update video where we talk about multiple projects and kind of all condensed in one video and let you guys know what's going on with all the projects that I'm currently invested in or gambling in, I guess you could say, because I had been moving. But I'm all moved in now to the new place. We got lots of cool stuff coming here pretty soon. I think we're going to start streaming on the channel. Like I said, we're going to be uploading, or we're going to be starting to do some face cam stuff. So if you want to see that stuff, then definitely let me know down below in the comment section of today's video. If you could smash that like button while you're at it, it would be greatly appreciated. So what we're going to be talking about in today's video, of course, we have a lot to update with you about Stablefund, how that's going. Also, Alpha Capital, some stuff regarding Prosperity Gem Mining, or sorry, Prosperity Gem Ventures now is what they're called. We have some unfortunate news regarding Momentum, which we're going to be talking about. Also, True Seekers, as you can see, this is what we're looking at here on the screen. And then I want to talk about a new project that I just recently found out. Wanted to give you guys a heads up about it because they haven't launched yet and they're doing this whitelist stuff. So that's what we're going to be talking about today in this video. But before we go ahead and jump into it, let me go ahead and select the winner from last week's video. I'm going to go ahead and paste that in there. Let's see if we can pull these. Filter duplicates. And let's go ahead and generate these comments. So total of 26. And let's go ahead and pull the winner here. MySpace. I'm pretty sure this guy has won before, which is crazy. So he just won again. On top of it, always very good content. Really appreciate the audio quality. Cool, man. I'm super grateful that you are tuned in on almost all the videos that I post. So grateful for you, and thank you so much, and congratulations for winning another $50 BUSD. Just shoot me a message over on Discord. As you can see here at the top of the screen, I have my Discord. So you can shoot me a message on Discord and I'll get that sent over to you as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. And before we talk about the projects that I'm invested in, like I said, I had found something new and I wanted to take the opportunity to talk about that real quick. This is a protocol called Trident. I just found out about this just a couple of days ago. They're not currently operating yet. They do have a DApp. They can go in. And it operates a little bit like Stablefund, where you can come in here, create your own wallet, and they have a dashboard for you. They're going to have staking. They have a bunch of different tokens that you can stake to get that 2% or up to 2% daily ROI that they're currently displaying. Again, that's not live yet, so just keep that in mind. But ETH, USDT, BNB, BUSD, and Matic. And to kind of give you an idea of what they have going on. Now, of course, I'm simply showing you guys this. But as everything in DeFi and crypto, I've done a little bit of my own research regarding these guys, but definitely make sure that you do your own research because this is something that's extremely high risk, just like anything else that we talk about here on the channel. So if you do decide to invest, obviously only put in risk capital because that responsibility is purely on you if you decide to jump into any of the stuff that we talk about here on the channel. I'm just simply sharing with you what I'm finding in my DeFi journey. So stake any of your favorite tokens for 30 days in their DApp. The tokens are automatically sent through our smart contracts and traded on multiple exchanges using their software. So this is a kind of like bot trading type of thing. Profits are returned every 24 hours to staked users up to a rate of 2% per day. Profits can be compounded in order to continue to grow your yield. Each initial deposit staked will be charged a 2% fee. So that's not super bad. To cover operational costs. Like I said, they also do have that wallet implementation kind of like baked into their DApp too, which is cool. It's good to see that they are already they already have these things up and running and they're not live yet. Actually, let me go back to the website because I know that they have some more information, right? So here we go. So they're accepting people on the whitelist now. So if you go in and join their Discord, let's see, they have the link to their Discord here on the website. I'll leave the link to the website in the description of today's video. But the way that it's working, so once they reach the first 100 whitelisted investors, they're going to open up staking to those 100 whitelisted investors. And I think they only have like 68 people on the whitelist. And the way to go ahead and whitelist is by inviting some people to their Discord. So that's something that is up. If that's something that you're interested in, that's something that they're going to be doing. Now, this is something that I'm going to be following closely, trying to get whitelisted myself. Already I'm whitelisted myself. So I'm going to be hopefully jumping in and probably staking a little bit of risk capital. Like I said, this is something that's brand new. So ideally, the way that I'm choosing to go about these things, just my personal preference, and even we talk about this in the premium Discord all the time, is like, you know, I think we've all learned to stop compounding, only get in projects at the beginning, regardless of what they are, and not fall into the FOMO of getting into projects, you know, months and months after they've launched, because like with Stable Fund, we've seen how that goes. That's just one example. There's a plethora of other examples to choose from. But most importantly is never compounding until you're able to withdraw your initial return on investment. So that's the way I'm choosing to go about all of these different types of things. So I'm definitely going to keep you guys updated on how this goes for me. Once I'm in, like I said, I am part of the first 100 people that are whitelisted. And I think that they're going to be opening up staking to the public, I believe, in the beginning of the new year. So definitely something to keep your eye on, if this is something that interests you and you are of the degen high risk taste, like I am as well. So that is Trident. They've got a bunch of information here on their white paper, so you can be able to read that. The ROI varies daily between 0.5% and up to 2%. While our data-driven algorithms can guarantee positive results and avoid risk, they cannot guarantee an exact amount of profit percent daily. Our bare minimum in profit has never been below 0.5%. This is why rewards are paid out every 24 hours. So I'm not going to go through this entire thing, but definitely come in here, check it out, join their Discord, ask the questions, do the research, figure out if it's something that you would like to jump into. Moving on, let's talk about Stable Fund. So last week, Stable Fund actually launched, and wow, it's crazy that it came so quick. Unfortunately, I was actually moving the day that it launched, and I didn't have access to my PC or anything to be able to check if I had received the SFUSD rollover amount, which obviously you can see here now that I have. So my total deposit is $29,508. Profit so far is $1,219. I believe the first payout for Stable Fund V2 is on the 22nd. And this goes for, I mean, realistically, this has to go for at least 63 days, right? And hopefully that's the case, but still, I am only going to be claiming. And again, this goes back to things we've learned over the past couple months, is that compounding has been the case where that never really helps you out, right? That's always something that hinders you, or at least it has been for me. So this is just what I've learned and what I've choose to implement moving forward, right? So only claiming, not compounding any of my rewards until I'm able to pull out that $29,508 that is currently staked. And that's just me, and that's how I'm choosing to go about it. However, I do know that a lot of people are choosing to do the same thing, like follow the same kind of strategy and only claim and not compound your rewards. So I'm curious to see how that's going to affect SFUSD as a coin and what happens with the liquidity there. Now, one rumor that I've heard also is that they have been using, well, you know, again, this is rumor. This is like strictly conspiracy theory. I have no information to back up these claims, but if they didn't have the money to refund people before they decided to roll over to V2 and they updated all this information and gave everybody the option to, or like the secondary option to roll over to V2 like they did, like if they didn't have the money to refund people, how easy would it be to then create this stable coin, have a bunch of new users invest, deposit their capital, and then use that capital to refund people that that haven't been refunded yet and didn't opt to go to V2. Like I said, I don't know if there's any concrete information or evidence backing that claim. Like I said, it's just a rumor that I've been hearing, but it's interesting to think about as well. And I think that that's important. It's an important takeaway. You know, when we look at all these projects that we're talking about today, is like, what's the worst possible case scenario, and think about those things, and just have those things, regardless if they're true or not, kind of on your radar. But if you can find out the concrete information to disprove those claims, then obviously that's helpful in your research doing as well. However, it's something that we really can't figure out based on the information that we have, right? So that is everything covering stable fund. Now, let's move over to Alpha Capital. Now, this is something that I think this is the first update video that I've done on Alpha Capital and how it's been going for me. If you didn't catch my video last week where I made it kind of like an in-depth video on Alpha Capital, then definitely feel free to check that out. Like I said, I think it was sometime last week, one of my most recent videos that I made on the channel. So when I made that video, I did deposit $5,000. I put in two, right? 38, or it was really 4,000, and then another 1,000. I think I put this one in first and then this one after that, just to kind of test things out. But after the deposit fee, I had about $47.50 deposited in total capital on the BUSD side, deposited into Alpha Capital. And right now the profits per day, 1.31% daily, 40.65% monthly. So we're looking at a daily rewards of $62 based on the $5,000 that I deposited. So I'm earning that per day. As you can see here, total capital invested. Here's all the money that I've pulled out so far. So just shy of $500. I can claim another $50. So what I've been doing is just going in here and like I said, I'm not redepositing any funds. I'm only claiming until I get out this initial investment. So obviously, being only that we've earned about $500, we still have quite a ways to go there. But if you want a little bit more detailed information as regards to how this protocol performs, how it works, then definitely check out my most recent video on Alpha Capital. Now you can see here the total investment is almost $700,000. Once this hits $1 million, then they are capping it as far as accepting any more new investors or new deposits into the protocol, right? You can see the P&L history day to day. That's what that looks like. They've paid out total rewards to investors. And obviously you can sort this by chain, right? Also, they did have some interesting stuff going on with truth seekers. Now, I don't know exactly the details of what happened, but I do know that they tried to go and have them audited, have truth seekers audit their 4 contracts, right? BNB, BUSD, Matic, and USDC. However, there was a lot of back and forth going on. and I don't know what happened. Then they offered, Truth Seekers offered to KYC with them for free, and then there was more drama. So, and that's all, I'm pretty sure it's all documented within their Telegram community. They've posted like the chats between Truth Seekers and Alpha Capital devs or their team. So really, I mean, I don't think anything's really come of it. I know that there was some rumors going around about Alpha Capital's contracts, and they didn't look good or whatever. But in my opinion, it's like when we're dealing with these types of smart contracts where they manually have to withdraw funds to be able to use to trade, like it's never going to pass an audit anyways, right? So in my opinion, them going in and KYCing is worth more weight than actually having the smart contracts audited. So you could take with that what you will, but that's kind of like where I stand. I just don't understand how they would pass an audit, or what would be sketchy about their smart contracts, given the fact that they can, like that's part of their protocols, they can pull out this capital to be able to send to centralized exchanges and then use to trade with and generate profits and then pay out to investors, right? Also, I think they are getting ready to release their trade results. I think they do it every Monday. So hopefully sometime today we see that. I could be wrong. I believe that's when they released it last week though, which is cool to see. It's cool to see that level of transparency. Obviously, like it could be more, but regardless, they're showing trades. They're showing, well, they're not showing active trades. They're showing trades after they've completed, what the P&L looks like, how much they made on the specific pair, and blah, 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 right? So in my opinion, it's better than nothing. Sure, it could be more, but it is what it is as of right now. All in all, my opinion about Alpha Capital is that they're trying to be transparent as possible. They're trying to go out and KYC. I know that one, like the lead project head has like doxed himself. He's posted his ID. I've seen it. So yeah, that's all cool and good to go. All right, moving on to Prosperity Gem Ventures. They've had some recent news going on with their protocol over the last couple of days. I do know that they've kind of stopped all deposits. So anybody that's invested now, I think that they're not taking on any more investors. I know that Manny did post a video on the 17th kind of talking about this. And he did mention that the problem that he was having is that, people would invest like $100 and then a couple days later they would want to get a refund. And since he has to go in and manually do all these refunds, he gets these requests for refunds and he has to manually go in and issue that refund to that specific investor or that specific wallet. It becomes very, very time consuming as the protocol starts to grow. So he's trying to focus more so on people that really value what he's doing and want to be a part of the protocol long term, provided they can continue to make sustainable returns. Which is something I'm all for. I think it's super bullish for the platform. As you can see here, I haven't added any more to my position because, like I said, I'm only trying to I'm not compounding at all is what I mean. And plus, you can see that you can't deposit here anymore on the site. I don't know if you could do that period, but pretty cool to see that they have stopped deposits. So you could, of course, redeposit. If I wanted to, I could go ahead and compound this $928 before my timer resets. But if I do so, it's going to reset that 7-day timer. But like I said, since we put in 10,000, I am not thinking about compounding until we hit $10,000 total withdrawn. So that is the goal here, and we're getting pretty close, right? So after this 7-day window closes out, we'll be pretty close. I think that's like, I don't know. I think it's been like $1,500. So I'll be right there, like $400, $500 shy of my initial principal deposit back when Prosperity Gem Ventures first started this kind of a rendition of their smart contracts, right? So again, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be compounding, only withdrawing until I hit my deposit amount. So that way, at the end of the day, my goal is to just play with house money, because then it's essentially me earning 2% or up to 2% a day on $10,000 completely risk-free, because I've already pulled out my initial capital. And at that point, I can choose to decide on the strategy moving forward, as far as like, do I want to redeposit, do I want to compound, or do I want to claim? I can decide upon that once we're playing with house money, right? So that is the goal there with Prosperity Gem Ventures. Okay, so let's talk about Momentum. There's been a lot of updates to Momentum. They released this Singularities contract where you could be able to do a bunch of different stuff. However, the biggest thing that recently happened, and I can pull up this on the chart, is that there was a big liquidity drain here over on December 17th was when it kind of started. But apparently what happened, they did an AMA yesterday. I listened to some of it. But apparently what happened is they essentially had a bank run, right? A bunch of whales, or I don't know how many, but started to pull liquidity, started to sell off their tokens. And obviously they couldn't combat that. So now, as you can see here, the price of the coin went from, all the way up here to almost $1, like $1.66, $1.67, down to where it's at now, 52 cents, right? So horrible thing to see happen. I myself had, I think, a little over $7,000 of Momentum tokens or mass tokens when it was at this price at $1.66, $1.67. That is not where we're at now, obviously. So they've gone ahead and done some things. Where can I find that? So they're not even showing the value. Okay. So the value of my mass tokens is now $4,300. And as you can see, there's only $2,000 of liquidity in here, so I can't do anything. And this leaves everybody in kind of a weird predicament. They did go ahead and post kind of a recap that I wanted to go over as far as what they are, what their solution is moving forward. So their solution, they say turn off the TMM, which is the thing that they're using to keep the price steadily inclining, because there is no way to create a liquidity pool without causing permanent loss. TMM handles all the liquidity pool, and as mentioned just earlier, it will burn or mint tokens to keep the price in line. This could result in people's LP being burned, which is absolutely not going to happen. So they're going to create a liquidity pool for mass and /BUSD that will go live on the Momentum dApp. This pool will be fed with $100,000 evenly distributed into the pool via a contract over the next 30 days. You will earn from this $100,000 dependent on your share ownership of the pool when you enter it. They will also inject $25,000 into liquidity as well from the treasury to kickstart things and ensure there's enough liquidity seeded to help grow effectively. These Singularities contracts will be capped rapidly. We want to allow anyone the time to stake if they are convicted in our investments, but we truly want to support those who have already staked. That means that the Singularities will be an exclusive participation. The only way to participate in them will be if someone exits their position and you hold mass to fill their slot. So that's the only way to get in Singularities contracts moving forward. We'll release our full treasury strategy along with our mining white paper this coming week to instill confidence in Singularity income production moving forward. So with the Singularity contracts, that was how you were getting access to the revenue share, right? So if you're staking your tokens in the Singularities contracts, then you were getting access to the yield that they were generating based on the money in their treasury going to work for them, right? Also, taxes will be completely turned off, and the token will be a speculative asset that is also representative of singularity interest. This will allow people who like to provide liquidity and earn from this $1,000 or $100,000 pool to do so. This will extremely assist with our liquidity issue and provide more stable trading for everyone. Singularities will produce income as soon as possible, and distribution will begin to those that are exclusively locked into the capped singularity contract. Your share of the pool will determine your income. Since the pool will be capped, you will now have much better idea of your minimum share, since dilution can only happen to a certain extent. So that's for people that are already staked or already participating in the singularities contract. It says this dynamic is much more familiar to an NFT dynamic with ownership. So they give some information on what they expect to see as well. So people providing liquidity to earn BUSD rewards, people speculating on mass token for swing trading or volatility. So essentially this token here is not going to have taxes on it anymore. So you'll be able to swing trade it. It's going to be a speculative token, right? People buying mass for singularity staking availability, people selling mass that are scared / lost faith / want to exit and de-risk. We are proponents of a free market economy. We understand taxes give project founders the ability to lock value within the closed loop system, but it also creates a dynamic of inflexibility for investors, especially whales. Without whales, we wouldn't have grown our treasury and our initial liquidity as we did. And well, also without whales, they wouldn't have this huge bank run and had the potential to drain the liquidity as well. The focus now is to push forward into our roadmap because nothing has changed. We have over $500,000 still to be deployed into revenue producing investments, and each investment will be impactful and diversified. Our success in these investments will create a long-term income producing dynamic that we all get to share in. Will it be an immediate return? No. Will it be fractionalizing you all as ownership in our operation? Hell yes. So that is the update for Momentum. We'll see how that goes as they start to roll things out coming in the future. But man, it just sucks. And the harsh reality of us that participate in the DeFi space is this: like, we're subjecting ourselves, our capital, our money to things like this that can happen. And that's, like I said, it's just kind of like the harsh reality of those of us that participate in this DeFi space in crypto. And it is what it is, right? But we can only hope that the team does well and is able to implement that, continue to grow the treasury, able to generate yield on that 500K that they are talking about that is currently in the treasury, and then be able to have a kind of fractionalized ownership within the Momentum protocol. They did say that these same things were going to be taking place on the AVAX side of things as well. But as always, it's always important that if this is something that you're invested in personally, you stay up to date with everything that they have going on within their Telegram community, or sorry, not Telegram, Discord community. All right. So that's Momentum. And finally, we're going to talk a little bit about Truth Seekers. Now, over the weekend, they did launch staking. So staking currently is live for those of you that are holding the Truth token. I still have my initial pre-sale, which is 20,000 tokens. And right now, we can look at the price chart here. It's currently at 63 cents. It's been pretty volatile in regards to the swings. But here's some things that are interesting, right? So like all these sell-offs, that's just all that's doing. It's like, sure, it's reflecting on the chart negatively, or not even really, because it gets bought up pretty quick. But that is burning, some of the supply, which is good. This is super deflationary. They have a bunch of plans to make the token even more deflationary. And I think that the only kind of feedback that I have for the True Seekers team is that they're maybe a little bit more professional on how they choose to handle themselves when talking to different protocols and things like that. I think it's super important to do things, uber professionally, especially if that's what you guys are standing for, right? You know, being that your name is True Seekers, I just think that kind of goes hand in hand with the way that you deal with people, whether that's projects, investors, anybody on a day-to-day basis. And that's my only feedback for them. Other than that, this thing it's for me, I'm up on my position, not by much. I think just a couple $1,000, maybe even a little bit less now that it's at 63 cents. But all in all, it's still continuing to be deflationary. So I welcome people selling this token. Let's talk a little bit about their staking. And as you can see here, they have a couple of different staking options, actually 5 to be exact. So they have a 7-day, 30-day, a 90-day, and 180 days, and then all the way at 1 year staking option. Now, what's really interesting is that if we go through and look at how much is staked in each one of these pools, you have 650,000 in the 30-day pool. In the 90-day pool, you have 320,000. In the 180-day pool, you have 291,000. And then all the way in a 365-day pool, you have over 1 million True tokens already staked there, which is absolutely crazy, right? And to me, this is a pretty clear bullish indicator that a lot of the people that are participating in the True token, or just overall believe in what True Seekers is doing, believe so much that they're willing to lock their tokens up for a year. Now there is a 30% leave early fee, so that's kind of interesting to see as well. But like I said, in my opinion, this looks extremely bullish to see 1 million tokens staked in here. And you have well over 1 million in the other ones as well, cumulatively. So very, very interesting to see. I do know that they did, since they are not showing like the specific APYs yet on this dashboard here, they did offer a bonus for people that did stake without being able to have access to that. So they had some bonuses that were paid out. So if you staked in the 7-day pool, you got an extra 1%. 30-day, you got 1.25%. 90-day, you got 1.5%. 180-day, you got an extra 2%. And then the 1 year, you got an extra 3%. And then I do believe that the APYs should be starting to show today. And that's just what I've been waiting on personally to determine which pool that I want to jump in. And it's kind of interesting because at the 1 year mark, or at this 1 year pool, this is where they have the most Truth tokens staked. So I wonder if that is going to dilute the pool so much that the APY percentages on that specific pool are less than maybe some of the other ones that don't have as much Truth tokens staked in them. Let's see, like this 90-day one, there's only 320. And then the 7-day one, there's almost 650,000 there. I'm just kind of curious to see what those APYs will be. And also too, we are still waiting on our pre-sale NFTs for people. I believe it was, you got one pre-sale NFT for every $2,000 that you put into the pre-sale. So I put in $10,000 into that pre-sale. So I should have a couple of those NFTs coming my way. But we are still kind of in limbo as regards to those NFTs and how they're going to be implemented into the protocol. But just wanted to keep you guys updated and let you know that the staking is live. It should be showing APYs starting today. But other than that, everything looks good from True Seekers. Like I said, a little bit of constructive feedback for them. I just think that they should maybe take a step back and think about how they're interacting with people and try to be a little bit more professional, which I'm sure it's like when you're starting a new business, there's always going to be kinks to work out, and different opinions within the team, different personalities within the team, and that's all something that is takes some time to kind of get used to, make sure everybody's on the same page. So just kind of seems like they're working out some of the kinks, but like I said, overall everything looks good from True Seekers. But I think that is going to wrap up today's video. This video is extremely long, but we had a lot of shit to talk about. We're going on 35 minutes. So if you made it all the way to the end of the video, please smash that like button and make sure to enter into the giveaway. Leave a comment down below, include your MetaMask wallet, your OX wallet, and you'll be entered into next week's $50 giveaway. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.